All right, here we go. Got another Monday trading session. Open up in 13 minutes. So on the 1 hour, got equal lows. What's going on, Ben? Hope you had a good weekend. Just gonna start marking out some areas of interest. So we've got those equal lows there. And obviously the swing way down here. And then a couple equal highs on the 1 hour, which I really don't expect us to go back up there. On the 15-minute, this was our move Friday. So we took this short on the 1 minute. Obviously, we did not hold on to that to where we should have. Good morning. We're just trying to read the market and kind of see where it wants to go. Yeah, I see that too right here. This gap. And then with a fair value gap. So we'll see how it reacts when it gets up there, but I definitely don't expect us to come back up in this area. I don't think that there's any reason to come up here, but who knows? But see, you think we might go up there. I don't know. We had such a strong reaction off this high on Friday. But we'll see. We're just gonna wait. I think we have some news at 9:45 and at 10. So we're gonna wait till after then anyways, and by that time, who knows what will happen. We may sweep these equal lows, and we may sweep these equal highs up here. But I definitely could see this happening where we're coming down and take out these equal lows, get a little reaction like this, take out the highs, and then maybe we'll get the move down. I don't know. I'm not trying to predict all of that. We just need to wait and see what kind of moves happen. Like I've said, I just need to mark out areas that interest me, and then we wait and see how the market behaves around those areas, and then if we get a potential setup, then we take it. We're not trying to catch a move to one of these lines. We're just waiting to see how the market reacts when it gets there. That's where I used to struggle with, is like, say I'm thinking that this is going to take out these equal lows. Well, I talk myself into just shorting it because I think it's going there, so let's just short it and see if it goes there. Well, the market might not go there, or it might go up before it goes down and stop me out, and I need to wait for, you have to wait for reactions. I honestly think that this is all we need to mark out right now. Looking at the 5 minute, nothing really stands out except for that gap. Let's look at the week, and draw a rectangle. So last week we closed here, then we opened up here. Got an NWOG. So with the two news things this morning, we'll just see how it behaves there. So that's the new week opening gap. Don't want that so far. Okay. So we'll just watch how the market behaves in this area. We can also, the center is at 914. I'm gonna write equal lows, because to me that makes it a little more enticing, especially to other retailers. They will see that and think, oh, that's a really strong, resistance or a really strong support. So I kind of want to see us go through it and then potentially turn around. What's going on, McLovin? So I think that's all we need right now. So new week opening gap with the midpoint marked out, which, yes, we also have a bearish fair value gap that kind of went through that. We've taken out this low. That's a nice move right there. Displace down past that low, take out liquidity, displace back up. I like that to see us move a little higher. And then we'll just watch how it behaves all up in here. If we do go up and take out the highs, those are equal highs, not lows. And yeah. And we just wait. We're probably going to be waiting until after like 10. What's up, Prada? Most likely waiting until after 10. I don't remember how important these things are, but I think this one may get a reaction. So we'll just see what that looks like at 9:45 and then 10. I saw, yeah, Delta. I saw there were like some speeches from people all day today on Reddit, but I was confused because then I didn't see anything on my economic calendar. I saw this post on the futures trading subreddit. Powell's talking at 11, so I mean we're usually out of the market by then anyways. But I wonder if we'll get some just choppiness. Maybe I don't know. Who knows? He might not say anything. He might not say anything important. So, I mean, we have some conflicting information. I mean, we're just going to trade our setups and yeah, we'll see. Oh, Tradervue issues. That's surprising, right? They never have problems. So I do have a tab open with Tradervue. And I told you guys on Friday I did pick up a 25K account through Apex because it's only $16 right now. And I'm trading only one mini at a time, and kind of going after that new kind of like model or setup that ICT has been talking about, that his son was trading, where you just wait for like lower time frame liquidity runs, like a 5-minute or a 15-minute to be taken out. Then you drop down into a 30-second chart to find a fair value gap in the opposite direction, and then just risk like 12 points and take 12 points, so like 12-ish points. So I've only traded 2 days on it, and you know, we started at 25. Right here, I'll show you on here. Started out at 25K, and we're up 900 on it. 4 trades, and they're pretty quick trades too, I think, right? 1 10-minute, a 50-second, a 2-minute, 6-minute. Just taking around $200 to $300. One mini is kind of is too much, I think, to be trading on the 25K account, even on the 50K account. However, I'm pretty confident in my risk management and just taking one trade and seeing if it works out on that account, and we'll see what happens. I tried using Quantower, but I like Tradervue. Yeah, like, wasn't gonna take it, but this little liquidity run right here, and then we came back 50%. There's 14, 15 points right there, 20 points. That's basically like the move I'm looking for during the day. I'm just a little skeptical of taking trades right at open. I still have like PTSD from back before I could read the markets, and I thought that that opening range was just random. And I find myself, if I take those trades, then I just get, like, I start wanting to take more trades throughout the day. Oh, and we're on the 5 minute still. We've got some liquidity resting above these highs as well, right around the midpoint of that gap. McLovin, are you in the military? That's the only thing I can think whenever you're saying how you're like all over the place. Like Hawaii, I think Hawaii and Japan, like typically if someone's going in between those two places. I mean, this is why I believe ICT in all of his craziness. I mean, I guess we could keep going through it, but that reaction off of that, the 50% of that gap is kind of crazy. Ah, very nice. That's a lot of traveling. Well, this was kind of expected. We were saying we just wanted to see what the market was going to do in this new week opening gap range. Kind of wish I would have taken that long right at open. What's Tradervue doing? What's going on, Knives? I have Tradervue open right here. It seems to be working fine. I've noticed, depending on what browser you're on, sometimes I've had bad luck with it on Firefox, but then I open it up in like Chrome or just a Chromium based browser and it seems to work better. We're definitely going towards a high of this gap though. What browser are you using? Yeah, that's odd. I don't know. Tradervue sucks. I might take a trade on my eval. On the 32nd. I need to just wait. We haven't taken any we need to take out some highs first before we do anything. It's only 9:40. You guys taking anything? I don't think McLovin has because Tradervue won't let him. I should have taken this trade this long on my evaluation account. I wasn't even thinking about it at the time. Very nice. I had Knives. I did grab a 25K Apex account just to kind of mess around on and try a little bit different setup still basically the same. I mean, all of ICT setups are basically the same thing, but just trying on there. If we're looking at TradingView though, this is AMP, so this is my real account trading 5 micros, but I have a tab that we can switch over to and trade on the evaluation on the 25K. Ben, I don't have any social media. Patience is definitely the hardest thing with trading. And McLovin, you were kind of dealing with Tradervue, so it's all good. I noticed that along right there too. So we pre-market took out this swing. It's a very strong swing, obviously. Displacement up, came back 50%, and we've been ripping off of it since then. But we're up here at the top of the gap now, so we'll see what happens. The height, the top of the gap is above all these highs, so but my main focus is definitely this account and the evaluation. If we pass it, great, but I'm kind of just using that as almost like a sim trading. I don't really care, and if we pass it, that's great, but I kind of just want to test things on that account. Or for me personally, I like having a second account. If I want to trade but I know it's a little too risky, then I won't trade on this account. I can take a trade over there, and at least it's working towards something. It's not for nothing. I don't know if that's the best way to look at things. Some people may have a hard time kind of like switching that off from your real account versus a evaluation account. I feel like getting in anywhere like right now is just like a straight gamble. Could keep running. We could start falling here, but we need to wait for a setup to. The setup kind of shows us what it's wanting to do. And the problem with going lower right now is that this can all kind of be looked at as displacement up. So if we come back halfway, like, are we just coming back halfway to fill in some of that and then keep going? Or are we gonna retrace the whole move? I like, we made a high, a low, higher high, starting to get some, if this continues with some displacement down, then we can look at shorting if we come back up into it and test it. Displacement is just a strong move in one direction. So we had this move going straight up, and I just call it displacement. That's what I believe ICT uses that term. I kind of picked it up from T Trades because he started calling it that, and I liked that term more than just typically there's a fair value gap within side of displacement like this. We have some fair value gaps, but we just have we have all this price delivery only on the upside, so we need to now deliver on the downside. I don't know. Got a little fair value gap there, breaking that low. It's funny that you say a boner candle. Because we've, a friend of mine and I call them that as well. I'm gonna get in on this. On the 30-second, we made a high, low, higher, high. This little fair value gap did break this little swing low. But just putting my stop up inside of this one, because I don't know if we probably shouldn't come back up there, and if we do, we most likely are wrong, which is fine. But I don't want to risk an extra 10 points on top of what I'm risking. Yeah, we may have jumped in a little early. That setup was like, I mean, it is a valid setup, but it's just like one of those ones you got to squint to see. But we did make a high, low, higher high after taking out the liquidity to the left, and then two 30-second fair value gaps. But I'm still getting used to checking out the 30 seconds. So, but typically when fair value gaps form on the 30-second chart, they are smaller. What I'm worried about though is this move coming back halfway, and who knows, maybe we hit halfway and then continue higher, which would suck because we're going to be in profit, but we'll see. I like to see us at least come into this fair value gap down here. Yeah, so I got in late because I wanted to see the reaction off of this 30-second fair value gap right here. So right here, ideal entry would have been there, and we got in at 30. I mean, we're 6-7 points off from an ideal entry. That's not that big of a deal to give us a little more confident in it. Are you in this as well? I mean, if we get stopped out, we get stopped out. It's not a big deal. I mean, I'm aiming for at least this gap. But I mean, my main target really should be a swing. But this is what I was freaking saying, was I wasn't sure if we were going to come back to the midpoint and then rip off of that or not. Come on. I'm struggling because Friday we took such a small amount of points, and as soon as we got out, it ripped down right to where I was targeting. I believe we left a little bit of space up here. Yeah, I think that's a good sign. So we broke away from that, traded, broke away, and left that little gap unfilled. That's what we did on Friday too. So we'll see if we I don't know. We'll see. What's up, Eric? Just trying to see if this trade's gonna work out or not. Sucks because like the ideal entries have been giving That was like 33 points in profit from a better entry. Yeah, you got in on a good spot, Almighty. Here we go. I'm really worried about that 50% level. So we've been in this trade. This is a 30-second chart. We got in back here. So we've dealt with all this so far. I'm getting out. I can't. Okay, God damn, we just missed that. All right, so that's why I need to stick with my gut feeling when we get out. Eric, I was in a short. Yeah, we took a W. That was $100, but we I swear every time I get out is when the market wants to rip, for better or for worse. So I mean, that's why I gotta get out when. For me, like, it's all about preserving my emotions. I have to get out when I feel I need to be getting out, even if we're not at the target. Because, look, I would have been pissed if I ignored that that feeling of exiting and then we got stopped out like that. Like, all day I would have been like, why didn't I just exit? We were on news. I knew I wasn't too confident after we're hitting this 50% level, but we'll see if we can pick something else up. I'm not really satisfied with that trade, because I jumped the gun a little early. I started this stream by saying I was going to wait until after the news, and we didn't. But now we officially took out that liquidity up there with that news event. Oh yeah, you guys are watching the price live, so and on this stream it's like a couple seconds laggy. And I exit that at the, obviously we could have taken more profits. Yeah, that would have stopped me out. Also, it moved so quick it could have went past my stop and then filled me in like a way worse position. That's a downside to trading news events. It moves so quick that it can just skip over. Like, just because we have a bar going from 920 to 960, that doesn't mean it filled every single order perfectly where they wanted it through there. That just means that we opened here and closed up here. So but again, on that short, this was what I was worried about. We have this strong move up, filling in the new week opening gap, and in my mind, I was thinking one of two things can happen. We can either retrace the whole move or come back halfway and rip off of that, and that's what they used the news for. So I guess the next stop would be this buy side with, we have equal highs up here, like 3 of them. We'll see if we go take that out on them. So we only got, what, 14 points out of that? 10, 11 points, shorting at 30. And then when we clicked exit, got filled at 19. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's decent, but I mean, I'm really not satisfied with it because we were close to 30 points in profit at one point, and I really want 20 to 30 minimum a day on just one trade, preferably more, obviously, but it's fine. We'll just wait for another setup. And if we get one, we can take it, and if not, we don't take it, and it's not a big deal. You guys take 30 points for every trade? Like, that's just your target, is 30 points? Gotcha. See, I don't do that because I'm taking trades based off of candle movements and stuff, but I mean, that's perfectly fine if that's what works for you guys. To me, the market could be offering more points or less points depending on the recent moves, and every trade I get in has a dedicated stop and a dedicated take profit target, so that can change depending on the setup. But if that's what works for you guys, that's awesome, because who doesn't want 30 points a trade? I like it. I did have my goals set a little high on this trade though, but it did make sense for us to come back into this unfilled gap, so that's where I was targeting. Hey, what's going on, Maddie? I know you've been in my comments in my regular videos. I don't know if I've seen you in our latest adventure with this stream yet, but it's good to see you. I like a short, but I don't like that we haven't taken out these highs yet. So we're gonna wait. Yeah, Prada, I mean, one of the hardest things that people fail to realize is that trading is about doing what works for you and what works for your psychology and mental capacity and etc. So just because something works for someone else doesn't mean you're going to be able to trade like that, because you may not be able to, and then you're going to take bad trades and bad setups and tilt and revenge trade. So you just got to do what works for you. Yeah, right. I like simple. So we just like tapped that. I don't know. See what this does. If this ends up working, then I think I'm just done trading this account today. Because I don't like when I miss trades that I was thinking of taking. Then I start chasing, so I can't keep trading then. Yeah. That's a bit frustrating. But we were looking at the 30-second, and I said I like this short right here. At the same time, these moves are, these are valid setups. But I start my day by marking out some stronger buy side and sell side liquidity zones, and I really need to wait for those to be taken out first. Yeah, I'm the same way, Almighty. Once I take any trade, all my trades afterwards are harder. Yeah, absolutely. We just gotta wait. This was not a, I wasn't expecting this here at all, so it doesn't make sense for me to take it. And it's just coming down into this fair value gap and then go back up to this high and then potentially take out the buy side that we have marked. I'm the same way, Almighty. I want to get to a point where I take one good setup every day, or just a day, every other day. Maybe it's a 40 or 50 point run with like 10 minis, and then I can take off for a few days. That's a dream. I don't know why I keep looking at the 30-second. I need to stop. We normally watch the 1 minute. Yeah, I agree with that. I'm not I don't have like a hard rule on a one and done. So I'm not too eager to take any more today on this account. But if we see something, we'll take it. I'm still just not convinced that we're turning around yet. I don't. My my wife does. I get too paranoid. I'm all for it. I think it helps, but helps a lot of people with different things they're going through. For me, though, I just get too paranoid and start thinking crazy thoughts, and my mind's racing, and I start getting in thought loops, and I don't like that. What are we doing here? My wife's all for it. She believes in me. She's had my back since day one. She's helped me a lot with the psychology aspect of it. She's been there with my when I've had my worst days, when I get off the charts thinking I can't do this. This is never going to happen. I've promised a life for us that I can't now deliver on, but we've come a long way. That was before I started making videos. That was the reason why I wanted to make videos, was it helps keep me accountable. Like, my thought was, okay, if I record a video, I have to go back and watch that video and watching myself make mistakes and do things I shouldn't be doing. And then I post, and then I'm like, I have to post this crap so other people can see. I'm not going to hide anything. And like any days that I have made mistakes, nobody's rude about it. Everyone's like, been super supportive, saying, we all do the same. We all make the same mistakes in trading. Like, you can think like, how did I do this? But everyone does it. We've all been through those struggles. But also, I can add to the gratitude for posting videos is that people in my comments recommended ICT. I never even heard about the dude. And I appreciate that, Almighty. It can be homo if you want. I'm down with that. But yeah, learning ICT is that's changed everything for me. But I had to go through all those struggles to get there. Like, had I learned about ICT in the very beginning, who knows? Maybe I would have picked up on it right away, but I still would have been naive, not recognizing how important the emotions and the self-control and the patience are, because I had no idea when I started. This has definitely been the hardest thing for me. No, I don't wear Dior. Yeah, I never even heard of ICT, and then people started commenting saying, you need ICT. I don't know why. I don't know, but I ignored them. I'm like, yeah, I'll check that out later on. I didn't know what ICT was. I thought it was I thought ICT was like an acronym for a strategy, and I ignored it for a couple of weeks because I was trying to work on other things. I was reading some trading books and trying some other different strategies, or just make my own, basically. And then when I finally looked it up and then I started watching the videos, like the very first video I watched, just like, I had chills watching that video. I remember it was like a Saturday morning and I didn't have anything else to watch. I'm like, you know what? I'll watch this. I don't really want to because I'm trying to learn some other trading stuff. But like the first 10 minutes, everything was just clicking. And when he was talking about liquidity runs and fair value gaps, I pulled up a chart on my phone, and I saw it. It was like, I don't know, I could see the markets completely differently. Obviously, I wasn't ready to start implementing that, but reading charts that were there already, it just it clicked. And I swear to God, like, I had chills too. And I'm like, I think this is it. And since then, we've just been making progress. Yeah, I mean, I think people get confused with ICT stuff because not every fair value gap means something's going to happen. For instance, I don't need these. On the 1 minute, we have this fair value gap right here. Like, that didn't mean anything. We took liquidity out up here and then we're moving down. Like, that doesn't mean anything. So someone could have shorted that with their stop above the high, their recent high, and they would have got stopped out. And I'm like, what the hell? This ICT stuff doesn't work. You need to be able to read the overall market and the conditions to figure other things out. So this fair value gap up here obviously would have netted points. I didn't take it because, we probably could have taken out this liquidity right here and then a fair value gap. But still, I still think we go higher up to this buy side before we go lower. Exactly, Elite. We have to, and that's what I was talking about earlier before you joined, is we have to trade what works for us. I tried different things. Nothing was really clicking. ICT worked for me. Doesn't mean everybody is going to use it. In almost every single... Here's another reason why I'm sticking with ICT, because almost every single swing and like move is off of something that he talks about. Like the start of every move just took out a low or a high, or it just tapped into a fair value gap. So obviously it works. Yeah, let me know what that PCP strategy is. That PCP strategy is 10 minis, no stop. Yeah, we're definitely going up to take those out. This move down. And again, that's why this fair value gap, yes, would have gave us some points. But typically, the setups and moves that ICT is teaching is like going after larger swings. And this didn't do that. But that's because this move down was just to go deliver price inside of this fair value gap. So we come down, deliver price, trade inside of it, make lower lows to make normal retail traders think that we're going lower. And then once it's done and ready to go, this wick just barely made a new low above that, and then we can go higher. Find yourself at the ER after you've blown 10 evaluation accounts. Hey, what's going on, Op Man? We're just chilling right now. I think that this is for a short move, but this low took out this low. We just placed up 50%. I'm not taking it, but I would think we're still going higher. So then oh, nice. 100 lots. Man, he's like my biggest fan right now. He sent a few of you guys over. I think we still go above 70. We came too close to these highs up here on the 5 minute. I think we still go up there, but I'm not trading anything to get up there. I want to see if the market does go up there, and then we'll be ready to see if we get a setup. Maybe this won't work. Well, damn. Maybe I shouldn't trade anymore. This move back here that we took, I think that's what that fair value gap was up here. That's why I said I wanted to wait till after 10, but I didn't. Had we waited, maybe we would be reading. I mean, I probably would have taken a short up here, but I didn't take it because I already took a trade. However, we've got this right here, high, low, higher high, and then we have this all this displacement down. Jesus Christ. I almost I don't know if I like that. The hell was that for? I scaled down to 2 contracts. I'm gonna short in here. So that fair value gap right there. I think just target these lows. But we made a higher high right here, then the displacement down with fair value gap came back up. The bodies are respecting, bodies are kind of stopping right there in that gap. Appreciate that, Jack. No, I wasn't using the wick. I mean, in this fair value gap right here. Yeah, correct. But I don't know. ICT has talked about just using bodies, but if this wick was lower and this wick was higher, then we wouldn't consider that a fair value gap. When I said the bodies, I was meaning this. But we closed down here near the low of the fair value gap. Yeah, I still thought that we were gonna go take out those highs as well. Especially we had some equal highs up here on the 5-minute. But now that we have these lows, did you take ICT stuff and then just kind of mold it for what you wanted? I'm really just targeting the lows on this move or this trade. I just want to see us come back down to the lows. I mean, trading's a pretty selfish line of work, so I mean, I don't blame him. he likes to rant. So you kind of got to be able to pick out the pieces that are important. I don't mind the rants. I kind of find it entertaining. Because his stuff definitely works. I don't know if he's doing it on purpose. He has a lot of things to say, so he just starts spewing it all and then makes it kind of sounds more difficult. And another thing is he has a lot of different like setups that he has all these different names for and stuff, and they're all kind of basically the same thing, but you don't need to know all of them. I think the rants are hilarious. Plus, there's a lot of people who have made some decent videos on how to explain things, and if you were to watch from him and learn and you're not really picking it up, there's some other people that explain it pretty well. I didn't like this trade from when we got in, so I'm just taking that. Yes, I was about to say T-Trades. That helped me a lot. Not that I wasn't understanding ICT, but after watching like I don't know, probably 100 hours of ICT stuff, yeah, T-Trades explains things very well. I like his videos. Yes, Lyrics, we've taken 2 trades. Let me put my, I just exited that one. I was in a short, so now that we're out, now the market can dump since we got out. So I'm done trading this account today, and it's about to be 11 when the Fed, that dude's talking. We took a short back here on the 32nd. We had a high, low, higher high. We had some displacement. I didn't like that we have an order block inside of there. Ideally, these would all be red straight down. But we were respecting this second fair value gap, so I took a short there. And then we got out right before. We were in almost 30 points of profit. However, I was aiming for this guy down here. So we held through all of this. And then right before 10, or right on the 10 o'clock candle, I just exited for a little bit of profit, 10 points, and then we ripped up, and I would have gotten stopped out, so that was a good call. And then just now, we took the 1 minute, we had a high, a low, higher high, again displacement, but I don't like that we have a green candle in here. I did end up taking it. Ideally, I don't think I would have taken that had I been 100%, but we took a short because we were respecting the fair value gap. Listed all that. I just exited. We scaled down to only 2 micros because I was not too confident in this, but it was a setup, so I wanted to take the setup, but scaled down because I don't really like it, and I still believe that we go take out this buy side and equal highs up here. So yeah, we're up 185. That's better than what we did on Friday. Friday we had 5 micros, 1 trade, but got out of 3 at like 20 points and then 2 at like 12 points. So we only made like 160-ish. Two of the trades though that I completely missed, even though I called them out when they were happening. So that's kind of why I didn't have much patience today, but the market open, we took out this swing and we came down, and then right before market open, we were but we were going like straight up. And then at market open, so we take this swing right here and draw a fib to get our 50%. Market open, we came down perfectly to the 50%, respected that, and we just ripped off of it. And I didn't take that. And then after making these new highs this morning, we had a bearish fair value gap that we could have shorted that and gotten quite a few points out of that. Risking 21, and so far it's been up to 65. So once I start thinking like that, I need to be done. You guys want to see my stats from last month on this account? So we're officially in October. I started this live account in the beginning of September. So we basically have like a full month of trades of P&L. So I'm only at break even on the account before today because we kind of tilted in the beginning of the month, and we had 2 red days that were massive that I should have not let get that massive. However, we scaled down. So I went down to like, I think 2, maybe 3 micros, and just grinded our way back. But the fact that I was able to grind back up helps show me, like, if I don't do too much damage, it's not a big deal. We are doing good, and we can, get that back. And if I keep my red days where they're supposed to be, then I am definitely profitable at trading. So here's our September. And this was the day I lost my funded account because it was day 1, and then I took it out on my live account. And then we took a day off on Thursday, had a decent day on Friday, and then Monday it was still affecting me and took another way too big of a loss. But stepped back, we scaled down, Let me see what we scaled down to. Yeah, we scaled down to 2 micros, and we just started grinding our way back. And since then, we're doing good. So we've had 2 red days since those bad ones, and they're not that big of a deal. Ideally, they would be a little bit less because we've only been doing like $1 to $200 days. But we're doing pretty damn good. In this platform, it shows that we're up 350, but my account is not up 350 because this does not take into commissions, because I'm not paying for that. I'm not paying for the commission to track commissions on this. No, this isn't free. They do have a free version, but it only allows you so many uploads, it only allows you so many trades to be uploaded per day. So I'm paying like the $20 or $30. God damn it, why can't I think of any words? I'm paying for the $20 or $30 plan, the silver plan. And if you pay for the gold one, then you can get like commissions, but that's why some of the things are locked. Anyways, I just wanted to show that we're doing pretty damn good. And if you exclude, I know it's not ideal to like exclude days, but if I exclude these first 4 days where I had a lot of pressure by this day right here was day 1 of a funded account, which I blew with Apex, but this account is a real account. So that was like, I don't know, that was a big first week for me to try a funded, blow it, and then switch to a real like cash account. Like, I had a lot of pressure. So if we just look from the 12th on, like, we're doing pretty damn good, especially considering we scaled down to like 2 micros for a while. So we're up like 1900 if we skip past our tilty days, which I think is fine because this is how I trade. And if I can prevent myself from being tilted, then we will be making money. And this is real money, not a goddamn prop firm. So that's my spiel. So when I trade on TradingView, you'll see down here it says AMP live, and this is like a real account. I have real money in here. AMP is a actual futures broker. But I also do have an evaluation account with Apex that I just trade kind of on the side, which I have on this tab through Tradervue. I traded on Thursday and Friday, just a couple trades, and we're up $900 on it. I'm just going for like $200 days on that with 1 mini. But if you're interested in Apex, they have like 90% off right now. So, excuse me, you can get the 25K account for like $16, which is insane. I do have an Apex code and a link in the description. But like, you guys, if you click the link, that helps me. And if you don't click the link, then if you use the coupon that's down there, that's how it can tie back to me. But if you click the link, then you don't have to use my coupon. You can just type in save 80 or save 90 to get 90%, because you don't need or then you don't have to like copy and paste my coupon code. But if you click the link, that will go towards me if you wanted to do that, but you don't have to, obviously. I just don't like plaster it all over the place because I'm here to try to trade, not sell you guys things. But I do use Apex, so I don't mind talking about it. All right, gentlemen, I think I'm going to be done. I do have a normal day job that I need to take care of some things for. You guys all be careful out there. Wait for your guys' setups. Follow your plans. If you take some red trades, it's not a big deal. Yeah. Keep your emotions right and you'll do good. You guys have a good one. We'll be back tomorrow, 9:15 a.m. Eastern time. If I may end up taking a trade on my Apex account later, but like I said earlier, like that's not my main goal. I'm really trying to trade this account. This is my main focus because it's real money. So if I take a trade on that later this afternoon, we'll just go over it tomorrow. But you guys have a good one. I really appreciate everyone.